The 10 most powerful families in the world. The Rothschilds. Before the Napoleonic Wars, this family of Jewish origin was already considered one of the richest in the world. The family began its financial success in Germany with Meyer Amschel Rothschild, who established his banking business in the 1760s. Meyer managed to expand his fortunes of wealth internationally through his 5 children by establishing them in London, Paris, Frankfurt, Vienna, and Naples. Rothschild family banking companies were pioneers in international finances during the industrialization of Europe and were instrumental in supporting railway systems throughout the world. During the 19th century, the Rothschild family possessed the greatest private fortune in the world, being elevated to noble rank in the Holy Roman Empire and the United Kingdom. Currently, the amount of money that the Rothschilds have is estimated at around $2 trillion. The members of this family have appeared in the richest lists due to their vast wealth that comes from a wide range of areas, such as finance, real estate, mining, energy, agriculture, winemaking, and oil and gas companies. The Pritzker. If you've ever stayed at a luxury hotel or an elegant 5-star resort, you may have been inside the Pritzker domains. This family of Jewish immigrants from Ukraine moved from Kiev to Chicago in 1881. The Pritzkers owned the Hyatt Corporation, a multinational with luxury hotels and resorts, which would total 777 establishments in 54 countries. The family owns the A.N. Pritzker School, which is focused on fine arts and performing arts, as well as its own architecture prize. This award, which bears the name of the family, seeks to encourage and stimulate greater public awareness and inspire more creativity. The Pritzkers have also participated in the Superior Bank of Chicago, the TransUnion Credit Agency, the Braniff Airlines, McCall's Magazine, and the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. His influence on politics was noted in 2016 as they were one of the biggest contributors to the Clinton campaign. They have also been known for their support of educational, scientific, medical, and cultural activities. The Rockefellers. This is the most powerful family in the history of the United States. It has influence in the industrial sector, in politics, and the banking system, and it is believed that they could have between $1 to $3 trillion. The power of this family began with the oil baron John Rockefeller, a businessman and industrial investor who is considered the richest American of all time. Rockefeller invested in the world of the oil industry and founded the Standard Oil Company in 1870. For many years, the family dominated the oil market, even controlling almost 90% of this market in the United States. Many of the residences that the Rockefellers have had, a total of 81 houses, are on the National Register of Historic Places. One of the most beautiful is the House Kaiquet, known as the John D. Rockefeller Estate, being at the time the home of 4 generations of the family, which is located on a family farm in Westchester County. The Morgans. This American financial and banking family dynasty became prominent in their country of origin and managed to conquer the whole world until the beginning of the 20th century. The great fortune and power of this family began with John Pierpont Morgan, an American financier and banker who dominated corporate finance. Among his achievements is his role in the consolidation of the heavy industry and his contribution to the rescue of the United States Treasury in 1895 and to the banking industry during the financial panic of 1907. After the death of John, his son Jack Morgan continued the financial and philanthropic activities that characterized the family. The Morgans were notable for dominating the banking industry for a long time and stood out for revolutionizing numerous industries, including electric, rail, and steel. The Saud. The Saud make up the royal dynasty that has ruled Saudi Arabia since 1932. The head of the family is King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, who leads this family of approximately 25,000 members. All of them are descendants of Muhammad bin Saud, founder of the Emirate of Diriyah, which was the first Saudi state. The head of the family has absolute political power in that country, and the members of the family have important government and military positions. They have control of around 20% of the world's oil reserves, and their fortune is estimated at about $1.4 trillion. And of course, being such a rich family, its members can give themselves the best luxuries. According to the New York Times, the Crown Prince bought, in 2018, a Da Vinci painting of $450 million, a yacht of $500 million, and a French manor house of $300 million. All this would be added to the 2 houses he owns in London and a complex on the south coast of Spain. The Baruchs. The power of this family was based on business and politics. Bernard Baruch was the patriarch who began the history of the family. He was a financier, shareholder, statesman, American political advisor of Jewish origin, broker, and partner of A.A. Houseman & Company. With his income and commissions, he bought a position in the New York Stock Exchange for the value of $434,000. By age 30, he had already amassed a great fortune by speculating in the sugar market. In 1903, Baruch had his own brokerage firm, and because he chose not to join any financial house, he earned the reputation of the Lone Wolf of Wall Street and became one of the most recognized financiers. After his success in business, he excelled in the field of politics. He advised U.S. Presidents Woodrow Wilson and Franklin D. Roosevelt on economic matters. It is also known that he was a close friend of Sir Winston Churchill. Baruch College of the City University of New York and Saratoga Racecourse Bernard Baruch Handicap were named in his honor. When dying, his properties were under the administration of his wife Annie and their children Belle, Renee, and Bernard Baruch Jr. The Windsors. This is the royal family of Britain led by Queen Elizabeth II. The name of this family was assigned by King George V, who in 1917 named it by the Windsor Castle located in the southeast of England and is known as the favorite refuge of Queen Elizabeth II. This family has the largest amount of land in the United Kingdom, of which it receives an annual percentage of the profits generated each year. For its 100th anniversary, which was celebrated in 2017, a commemorative coin with its emblem was made where you can see the Tower of Windsor Castle with the royal standard and surrounded by 2 oak branches. Because each member of this family plays an important institutional role as representatives of the monarchy, they must comply with very strict standards. For instance, it is unusual for public displays of affection to take place. In addition, according to the Act of Royal Marriages, the members of the British royal family who occupy the first positions of the line of succession of the crown need the permission of the Queen to commit themselves. Would you like to belong to this family? The Waltons. How often do you shop at Walmart? Let us tell you that this family founded their empire on the basis of this store. In 1962, Sam Walton opened the first Walmart store. Over time, Walmart became the largest store chain in the United States. This is how this family became one of the richest in the country. It is now the largest retailer in the world with annual sales of $500 billion in its 12,000 stores worldwide. After the death of Sam Walton in 1992, the company fell into the hands of his wife and 4 children, John, Jim, Rob, and Alice Walton. Unfortunately, John Walton died in a plane crash in 2005 at 58 years of age. The 3 living brothers have appeared among the richest in Forbes lists. The collective fortune of the Walton family makes them the richest family in the United States. Their combined wealth is more than $163 billion. While Alice, the younger sister, uses part of her money in her art collection, Rob Walton preferred to invest part of his fortune in his large collection of vintage cars. In 2003, he ran his Daytona Coupe, worth $15 million, but he went off the track and crashed it. The car was one of 5 exclusive models that were manufactured. We know, that hurt. The Murdochs. This family reached the top thanks to the power they have in the media of Australia, the United Kingdom, and the United States. The Murdochs began to build their empire in Australia with Keith Murdoch, who was a political journalist in one of the Melbourne newspapers. By becoming the editor of the newspaper sales increased. After this, Keith continued to climb and became the general manager of print media. Years later, the Murdochs gained control of Australia's mainstream media and created the News Corporation. Now the Murdochs own 20th Century Fox, Fox News, MySpace, and Dow Jones. Keith's son Rupert, who is also a journalist, is a very popular person in pop culture. He's been mentioned in The Big Bang Theory and on The Simpsons.
I'm Rupert Murdoch, the billionaire tyrant.
The Oppenheimers. The Oppenheimer family owns most of the world's gold reserves. The history of power and wealth of the family began with the German Ernest Oppenheimer, who began his working life at 17 years old in Dunkelsbuer & Company, a diamond brokerage in London. For his outstanding work, he was sent to Kimberley, South Africa to represent the company. There he was active in politics and became mayor of the city in 1912 and then head of one of the diamond companies. Soon, he monopolized the world diamond market, and for 85 years he held the top positions in the world diamond trade. In 1921, the British government granted Ernest Oppenheimer the title of Knight. Now the Empire of Diamonds is ruled by his grandson, Nicky Oppenheimer, whose net worth amounts to $7.6 billion and is one of the richest men in South Africa. The family produces and sells diamonds, gold, platinum, and industrial minerals. Now that you've compared your family to those on this list, would you like to train trolls with your members? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. We've got more great content for you here at TrendMax.